though? Well, that was a priceless expression on your face after you said that. I don't even remember what you're referring to, but good. Alright, so I'm going to start telling this next story. Honestly, it doesn't hold a candle to either the gecko story or the tree people story, but I'll still tell it. Okay, so you already got the background, right? So I went to Hawaii a couple times as a teenager. My dad would teach at the University of the Nations and things like that. What if I accidentally just retold the gecko story, not knowing that I like got off track again? That'd be really funny. But anyway, so this was, I don't think it was the same trip as the gecko. It might have been. I can't really remember. It was just one day. But I wanted to learn how to surf. Thought it'd be pretty cool. So my parents paid for surfing lessons. So that was good. Alright. I think Ninja's a good class. I do. I like the class, yeah. Aren't you using a greatsword? I have one. It's just, I'm riding a horse, so I'm not using either sword. Story day, almost, right? Seems like it. This one will be a little fragmented though, as I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to keep up with chat. Hitting 60 in main, feeling it's a bit of a waste. Your alt's 56 for the Ninja. Up to you, Jared. I don't even know how to advise you on that, honestly. Okay, so I wanted to learn how to surf, and my parents said okay. So they ended up signing me up for this surfing class, which was really cool. And we went down there all together. It was pretty fun. This guy that was teaching it was a complete bro in every sense, like the paragon of surfer dudes, right? Just had his crazy tan, occasional tattoos. He got his like Oakley sunglasses. You know, just hanging out with his surfboard, telling people how to surf correctly and all of that stuff. He's basically like the South Park snowboard guy. If you pretzel when you're supposed to French fry, you're gonna have a bad time. You don't want to have a bad time. You want to do this. Don't have a bad time, right? It's like that kind of, I don't know. He's hanging out. He was probably drunk. I don't know. But anyway, pretty cool guy. We had a good time. And he's teaching us how to do all this surf stuff. And the first thing that we do is we take our surfing board. I was going to say snowboard. We take our surfboard. We lay it out on the beach. And he's like, alright, so go ahead, lay down on the surfboard. There's a bunch of other people around me, some older, some younger, stuff like that. And I'm laying down on the surfboard, right? I'm just laying down on it. Nice and simple. Yeah. Stand darsh. Oh, man. And I'm like, alright, you know, we're just laying on this thing like it's a board, right? Simple enough. And he's like, what you do is you take your hands and you grab the sides of the board. You just grab the sides of the board and you plant your feet under you. And he is so direct about this. And I'm just like, okay, so you got it. You just stand up. Okay. Trading? Well, skill 10. So, like, he has us practice this. He has us practice this standing thing, right? You put your hands on the board, you push and you stand up, you put your feet under you. And we're doing this like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And I'm bored out of my mind, right? I'm just like, standing. Now you should try this. You should lay down on a board, like stomach down, and practice standing on it and see how long it takes you to feel like it's a waste of time. Anyway, we did this like way too long. It's like 5, 6 times, right? And I don't know, my attention span wasn't all all that great. So I was bored of all this and wanted to end all that. So I was like, yeah, sure, this is great, this is whatever. And he's teaching us some other things. It's like you can't go over to that side because there's a riptide and like you'll be washed out to sea. And if you get over there, you're gonna have a bad time. It was just all this stuff, right? Okay, still got some water, it's nice. And I wasn't really paying attention, I'll be honest. So now it's time for surfing, right? This is cool. So he's got like 4 junior instructors or something that are all surfers. They're all like really good surfers, but they're not the guy making all the money. And they're around the same age and stuff. So the idea was we jumped in this whole little shuttle bus and we went out there into like the beach, right? Found some gnarly waves. We're gonna ride them. That was the plan. It was gonna be good. And we got out there and he like taught us how to paddle and stuff. We went out there and like paddled up a storm. We're just paddle. And we get these waves that catch us, and if you paddle fast enough, then you start getting like a little bit of the curl of the surf. Whenever it starts to carry you, that's when you actually go, you grab the board, you put your feet under yourself, stuff like that. Now I'm trying to do this. I can't do this at all. I'm like the worst surfer in the world. It was so hard for me. I was like, this is crazy. Why is this so hard? I used to skateboard a little bit, and I figured, what the hell? It's got to be the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. The ground is water, you guys, and it's moving all around. It's super hard to do this. So I kept trying to get these waves, and I was out there for like an hour, another hour, and I can't really do it. Now, my dad, being the genius photographer that he is, there must have been 1/10 of 1 second where I get up on one leg and a knee. And he gets the picture. He gets the picture. So, like, I look like I'm full on, like, standing there with, like, my one knee down, with my one leg, like, it's just super weird. It looks as if I actually surfed in Hawaii, but at least at that point, I had not. On future trips, I ended up doing it. But as a little kid, nah, I couldn't really do it. So, I'm still just not gonna give up. I just don't do that almost ever. Anyway, the other kids, you know, they're done. They're surfing. They've surfed, like, for hours, and we learned that, hey, you don't quit surfing when you're tired. You quit when you're not tired, because when you're tired, you die. Pretty much is like what their little motto was. They're like, no, you quit surfing when you're fine. You don't quit surfing after you're too tired. You do that, and that's called drowning. So, you know, the surf instructor is swimming out to me. I'm trying to catch another wave. Yes it is, Brody. Yes it is. And we're trying to catch another wave. He's like, "Hey man, you know, we gotta get in. We've been out here a really long time, so just come on back in. We're gonna wrap it up." And I look out there, and I'm like, "Okay, now I don't really want to go in, right? I don't really want to go in." Yep. No, we didn't get the PO surprise for that. I don't want to get in. I start looking around the ocean for like my next wave and stuff. And way out there on the horizon, like microscopic telescope view type stuff, is this little shimmer of light. And this is well past the side where you're gonna have a bad time, right? This thing, he's like, there's rip tides and tow under tides and kill the surfer tides and all the tides that are bad. And way out there though, I saw a piece of floating trash. And so I told my little surfer junior instructor, I was like, okay, I'll be coming in. I'm just gonna see that. I'm just gonna go get that. I'm gonna get the trash out of the ocean, and I'll come back in. So I start paddling out there. Now this guy is like, okay, what instructor says okay when I'm going towards the rip under, kill yourself, surfer is dead tide? Why? Why would this happen? How do I get myself into these situations all the time? Anyway, so he's now like going back to shore, and I'm just paddling out to the ocean. I don't know what's happening, right? Probably endangered sharks, who knows. Anyway, I'm going out there, and I get to the point where, you know, I know it's like this dangerous area and stuff. But I get to the bag, this trash bag, and I just kind of stop because this isn't a piece of trash anymore. This is a floating bag. A floating bag, you guys. And I look at this, I'm like, there's stuff in this thing. I'm like, what is this? So I grab it, it's floating. It's a huge Ziploc bag. I'm looking at it, and there's wallets in it. Multiple. And there's wrist watches in it. And earrings and necklaces. And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. What is this? Hey, Gaines, what's up, dude? And, like, I totally forget about the fact that I'm in, like, no man's toe under yourself, get killed, die area. And I start, like, paddling back with a little bag on my surfboard. I'm like, this is freaking amazing. So I just, like, go to shore. I remember I don't look around at all at anything. I've just got this bag here, and I'm, like, totally consumed by it. Just sitting down on the beach. I'm opening it up. There's, like, tons and tons of money in traveler's checks. There's a billion credit cards. Cash was pretty limited. It was only $100 and a $50. There was a $100 bill and there was a $50 bill. There were keys, there were rings, there was a Rolex, all of this crazy, crazy stuff. God knows how the thing was floating. It was amazing. Well, the surfer dude comes over and he's like, "You're rich, man! You're rich! Wow, man!" Like, I'm telling you, something was not right with this guy today. Well, he literally thought that I just won the lottery. We were looking at all this haul, and the first thing I said was, I was like,
oh, you already got your key.
Nav, my man with the host. Thanks, Nav. What's up, dude? Thank you so much. If you guys don't know NAF_95, he's a good friend of mine from England. Don't worry, I'll finish the story. But toss him a follow as well. He's been playing Black Desert with me. And one day he's going to be an Exceptional Legion. Without him, I probably never would have become an Emperor in Elder Scrolls. So, longtime officer of Exceptional Legion ESO and good friend of mine. Also, don't worry, we'll get back to the story. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. But when I was just starting my stream, he tossed me so many hosts. It really helped just build the channel in the beginning. So, you guys, in part, are seeing me today and hearing this story that you want to get back to because of my friend Naf. So, do me a favor and follow him. Okay, so I'm right in the middle of this story where I'm learning how to surf in Hawaii. And after being out there all day, I come across this trash bag. I swim out to get this trash bag out of the ocean. And it's not trash, man. It's a bunch of money. It's all this stuff. It's wallets, it's Rolexes, it's diamond earrings and rings and everything. It was nuts. So I'm going through it. The surfers are all like, "You're rich, man. You're rich," right? He's going crazy. And the first thing I say is, I'm like, this isn't mine, right? Because even at that age, I just immediately, you know, taught right from wrong, I guess, in the sense, and my parents instilled all these character values. I was like, no, this is not mine. This is not my money. We have to find out whose this is. And so the surfer guy's like, well, I mean, like, I'm glad they didn't try to take it from me, because I figured they might try to do that. But no, they really were, like, all set on me having this. They're like, you should at least put the $100 in your pocket. You should at least put the $100 in your pocket. I'm like, okay. That sounds good. So I put the $100 in my pocket. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And I start carrying this bag full of stuff just across the beach. And my mom comes up to me frantic. Remember, I'm out there surfing. My dad and my mom are hanging out. And I was surfing out there for like 4 hours. So my mom runs up and she's like, honey, have you seen any money or anything? This lady is running up and down, like calling for anybody that has found like treasures and valuables and watches. And I just hold it up. I was like, do you mean this? You mean this, Mom? She's like, honey, come with me right now. And there was this lady who was full on broken down in tears, crying, running up and down like miles of the beach, apparently all day long, trying to find her lost treasures. So we located her, right? We just went down there, and I had the whole haul. It was great. And there's the lady who's in tears, super excited, cannot thank me enough. Just like her life is saved, basically. And oh my god. And then it's the husband who looks like he must have just been hit in the head with a lead pipe. I don't know. Have you ever seen the cartoons where like the eyes kind of do the circles in the head and they literally see stars and they're just, oh, wow. That's the bag of money, isn't it? There it is. I'm looking for that all day. Okay, well, we got it now, I guess. That's good. This guy had no lights on upstairs. I'm telling you. You could, like, sense lack of thought. It was weird. I was 12. I was like, you okay there, buddy? Like, it was just complete apathy and complacency manifested in one place. It was weird. So here's the story, everybody. Here's the story. The lady is telling me how I saved her life, how I saved her family's life, and giving me the story. What happened was, they came in, an extended family, came in from a cruise ship. They were out there for like a week. They were out there for a week on this cruise ship, and they were just kind of like, came over to see the beach. So they all came over, they were all off of the cruise ship, like, I don't know, all these relatives, aunts and uncles and grandparents and whatever, you know. And they decided they were going to go snorkeling. So they put all of the valuables from the extended family into one Ziploc bag. And they gave it to this freaking dumb fool over here to hold. All of the money the extended family had in this Ziploc bag. Now here's where the guy comes in. Here's where the guy comes into this story. Shut up, Cactus, I'm telling a story. The guy literally goes, huh, you know, when I went snorkeling, I shoved that thing in my pocket. It took me so long to just shove it in the pocket. I thought there's no way that thing's floating out of there. There's just no way. So, I mean, God, it was really so hard to get in the pocket. And I just went out snorkeling, so it must have floated out. This wife looked at him with a look I have never seen on a human being before. And I know they're divorced today. I am certain of this, right? It's over. It is over. I have never seen, I can't even replicate it. She probably killed him. I don't know, alright? It was that bad, guys. It was literally that bad. This freaking idiot had like a bag this big and somehow got it into the back pocket of his swimming trunks and decided to take his whole family's net worth and snorkel. And it floated out of his swimming trunks. What a freaking idiot. I was the farthest surfer out there and I had to go way out in the ocean to get this. And like way into danger areas. Even the surf instructor was like, huh, you're gonna get that. Alright, see you on shore, right? He basically wrote me off. He's like, that guy's shark food, right? If I had not found this, I mean, it would have been gone. It would have been sunk in the bottom of the ocean somewhere. Some like treasure diver would have found it years later. So yeah, I give this back, right? The lady's ready to kill the guy. The guy literally is trying to comprehend how it was possible for it to get out of his pants. Oh, God. How wow, right? And then they want to reward me. And I'm all about this. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll take a reward. I did save your lives. She did say, she was like, you just saved our vacation. We estimated it was like $50,000 worth of stuff in there. It was freaking just nuts. It was everything. Probably more, let's be honest, you know? Credit cards, traveler's checks. It was a ton of stuff. And so she was like, you saved our vacation. She's still crying. And my parents are super happy that like I was able to do this. And so the guy opens up the wallet. It was his wallet. He sees the 50. It's not a quest. Shut up. It's not a quest. No. No. And he looks at the 50. He's like, son, I want you to have this. Now, I already wrote this guy off. I was actually kind of surprised that he talked. I was like, you can talk? Like, you're the dumbest man alive. Wow, he can talk. Okay. And he hands me the 50. Now, good old Pocket Knife BoQuest has a little conscious problem right here. I was like, wait, we found the owner. He doesn't know I took the 100. Oh, no. Like, I guess I returned this imbecile's entire life savings, and that's nice, but I took the $100 out of it before I knew where the owner was. So, I don't ask my parents, I don't talk about it to anybody, I just reach in my pocket, and I take out the $100. And, he still has the $50 in his hand. He's like, wait. I say, wait. Let me get this. This was part of it too. This $100 was it as well. So you know, I wanted to give that back to him. He's like, thank you, young man. You know, you've done the right thing. And he looks at the 100 in one hand, and he looks at the 50 in one hand, and he hands me the 50 again, and he puts the 100 in his pocket. I was so mad. I was like, no, man. I know I'm supposed to be selfless and like all happy we found the owner, but give me the freaking money. No, that's not okay. Screw you, dude. You're the stupidest man alive. I was so upset. It's like, that should have been mine. What happened to getting the extra $100 for the doing the right thing? No, it's gone. It's gone forever. So he gives me the 50, pockets the 100. You guys, and I'm like, all right, you know, that's nice. And I kind of walk away all deflated and stuff, and think it's like the weirdest thing. It's crazy. Now I tell my parents a little bit more about it. They walk off, and yeah, I hear the full story about how this lady was frantically running up and down the beach for hours, all day, trying to find where their whole extended family's money went. And it literally was the closest thing in the world to just being destroyed. Like, it would have been on the bottom of the ocean, you guys, for another 10 years. It would be crazy. Karma must be through the roof. I don't know, is it? But yeah, just think about stuff like that. I only went because I was like, I want to get this piece of trash out of the ocean, right? A little tiny thing like that. It didn't take me all that much time, didn't take me that much effort. Saved this family their whole vacation and more. So think about that. Next time you're out there and you're looking at like a little thing that you can do that seems like nothing, you really don't know, guys. You really don't know, because the future is always in motion. So, hey Kaji, can you whisper me a channel that we're going to be on? I want to know if I should leave